Franchises versus licenses. There's a bit of push and shove in the industry about this at the moment, and it's mainly driven by the Franchising Code of Conduct. About 12, maybe 15 years ago, the federal government brought in a voluntary code of conduct for franchisors, dealing mainly with disclosure and minimum standards of information to be given to franchisees. That code became compulsory nearly 10 years ago now. What happened as a result of that was that there was a move to try and exclude certain business systems from the franchising code by calling them lots of different things, calling them licenses, calling them sales territories, calling them information agreements, memorandums of understanding, partnership agreements. Whether something is a franchise and whether or not it fits the definition of the code is a bit broad, and the government has done that intentionally. So broadly speaking, an arrangement that you might have, no matter what you call it, can be a franchise if someone is taking on a right to sell a product or use a system in a particular way and is paying someone else a royalty or a fee based on turnover for that purpose. So you can see that's pretty broad. Whether something's a license and is legitimately outside of the code, or whether something is a franchise, no matter what you call it, really depends upon how much flexibility the franchisee has. Can they conduct their business in any way that they like? Can they sell a product in any way? Can they conduct systems and procedures in any way that they like? Do they have much more freedom? Do they have ultimate freedom about what they do with the product? Or is that constrained by the franchisor? Does the franchisor have the right to control those things? And you will reach a point where those parameters given by the franchisor are more and more narrow, and then that business system will be deemed to be a franchise no matter what the documentation has on its cover. A license is generally a broad authority from a manufacturer or from a licensor, whereby the licensee, the franchisee for want of a more accurate term, is allowed to go and sell a product or provide a service really in any way that he likes. It's one step up from being a commissioned sales rep with the ability to sell a product. There are a few more of the hallmarks of a franchise. There might in fact be a right to use a particular name that rings a bell or is connected to the product or the franchise. There might be a particular territory, but ultimately it's about the amount of control that the licensor or the franchisor has.